So these last couple of weeks I've been pretty affected by the SpaceX crewed launch, and we shouldn't ignore these kinds of events because we're at the preliminary stages of becoming an interplanetary species. I'm all about that. Some people may not understand why this is important, but unless you want the Fallout franchise to be real life, we should start spreading out. All the eggs in one basket is not the right approach for survival. So in this video, I wanted to explore the video games out there that are set in space, just to see what we might be looking at in the next decade or so. I started playing these 5 games last week, and I want to let you know which ones bored me to death and which ones I'm excited to keep on playing. Now with that as our objective, let's get into these 5 games.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Starting off... Oh, okay. Starting off... Starting off, I want to say I have only played the first couple of hours of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare's campaign, and I have to say that it is extremely impressive. The visuals are something I've never imagined seeing in the first-person space. It portrays what I think being on other moons or planets really looks like. Some parts of it make me think of Interstellar when they are down on the water planet. And of course, the weapons are futuristic as well, but still grounded in reality like this future AR. With that being my first impression of the game, I actually want to keep playing it because the story is interesting and, like I said before, it seems like a form of this could happen where an offshoot of Earth colonists get mad at the homeland and decide to attack. And hey, it has Jon Snow. And for number 4, the game that I tried a few hours of called Deliver Us the Moon. I never heard of this game before other than seeing it on the Xbox Game Pass. That's really what I did for most of these games anyways, is I just pulled up the Game Pass and downloaded anything that had to do with space. It gave me the best chance of finding a new experience that I never thought I would have. But that aside, this game is a third-person mystery puzzle game. I started playing as the only astronaut left on a rocket facility in Russia. For reasons like Interstellar portrays, the world has become a barren and a near-waterless planet. Since the Earth was basically becoming like Mars, humans needed to find more resources to power the Earth's population. They developed a base on the moon with a type of satellite dish that has the capability to shoot some rare energy back to Earth that can only be found on the moon. It has an interesting story so far, and this game features some really cool scenes. One is taking off in a rocket, which really took me right back to watching the SpaceX launch in May. Another awesome part too is where you are on a space elevator that comes from the moon base. If you have seen Ad Astra with Brad Pitt in it, then you will recognize the similarities. It's a really cool concept, and if there was a guarantee of not dying while being near one of these things, I would love to see one built. All of that being said though, I'm interested in playing this game more so I can uncover the mystery of what happened to the people who were supposed to be manning the moon base. From what the story shares, they all disappeared, and there have been no communications from the base in years. Alright, number 3, now we get to the game that bored me beyond measure. That game is called Everspace. I am literally only going to spend a second talking about this game because that is about how long I could play it before I gave up. I am not saying that this is a bad game. I am just saying that I am not a big fan of flight simulators, and I found this one to be really hard to control. I am used to flying planes in Battlefield, so not knowing which way is up or down, or if you're upside down in space, really threw me off from playing it longer. Alright, number 2 is one of the few games that I have already played before, but I was compelled to play it again. And that game is Dead Space 2. This game is great. If you have not played this game, I highly recommend you play it in a dark room with a headset on. Immersion is key if you like getting scared, so that's exactly what I did. This game always gives me Event Horizon vibes, and that is what I love about it. You are dealing with a derelict space station. That's already a bad sign. Much like Event Horizon, your character deals with some hallucinations and mental issues as you play. And when it comes time to fight the necromorphs, you had better conserve your ammo because as much as this is a space horror game, it's a survival one as well. I have not gotten all the way through this game yet, but I have played the first game all the way through, and I already wish we had a Dead Space 4 coming out. Now we have the number 1. And no, this is not Battlefield 1. This game actually really surprised me. I never thought that I would enjoy this type of game. But I had to delay this video because I could not put the controller down. And I had to play some of the previous games on this list too. This game is called Stellaris. I had never heard of it before, but since it looked like a space game, I downloaded it. This is a space strategy game. You start off picking what kind of government you want to play as, and then it's all up to you. It took me a good 8 hours probably to figure out how to even play this game the right way. You begin to mine minerals from nearby asteroids and moons in your system, so that you can begin to build your empire. You can send research ships to neighboring systems to survey and discover all kinds of planets, resources, and most importantly, you're kind of looking for life. But it doesn't end there. When I say you can do anything you want, I'm not joking. You can terraform a planet, colonize it, build cities, then oppress and starve everyone on that planet just so you can use those resources for a war effort against a highly advanced alien species from just a few star systems down. In a sense, you do feel bad for these planets that you develop on. When your citizens become overpopulated, unemployment starts to rise, and with that, crime. If you are not constantly upgrading and advancing your planet's conditions, they might just turn on you and form their own government. It is the most different from these other space games that I have played, but it ended up being the most rewarding. So if you've never tried a game like this, I highly recommend it. I know I will be playing this one over and over. I've already played 2 playthroughs through already. Now that is it for the list. I know there's a lot of games out there that cover space like Halo or Alien Isolation, No Man's Sky, but I wanted to cover some of the unknown and forgotten games. Now if you liked this video and you saw a game that you've never seen before that you want to try, click on that like button. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, hit the subscribe button. Me and my wife bring these kinds of videos, these list videos, about twice a week, and so you can count on that. See you guys in the next one.